They don't see it coming, not until it's too late. You stroll into the room unseen. You smile, you nod, you listen. You fit in silent, harmless. But every word you utter, every move you make is premeditated. You're sowing seeds, subtle, undetectable roots of influence that no one knows until they're enmeshed in them. And by the time they understand they need you, it's already over. You've become necessary, indispensable, a lifeline. They come to you for guidance, for reassurance, for validation. And eventually they cease thinking for themselves. They cease deciding without your involvement. They question their own strength and depend on yours. And you never force them. You never demand. You just exist as the one constant they can't seem to operate without. This isn't magic. This is psychology, dark, strategic, and strong. Welcome to the art of manipulation, not via force, but through reliance. In this world, you don't overwhelm others. You outlast them. You don't conquer by hostility. You conquer by necessity. Tonight, I will teach you how to make others depend on you, emotionally, cognitively, sometimes even physically, until their world collapses without your presence. Let's begin. Power in silence. Power isn't always loud. It doesn't always wear a crown or yell instructions. Sometimes, the most powerful person in the room is the one who talks the least but listens the most. The one who knows the minds around them and gently, carefully shapes them like wet clay. To make people rely on you is not an act of aggression. It's an act of perfection. It's not about dominance. It's about indispensability. Dependence is a type of control. When someone relies on you, they forfeit a chunk of their sovereignty. And that is how influence starts. This speech will lead you through the art of psychological dependency, how it originates, how it expands, and how it attaches people to your presence like air to lungs. Let's go into the first rule. 1. Identify the cracks in their armor. Everyone is broken someplace. Everyone. Your task is to figure out where. Listen attentively to how individuals talk about themselves. Their fears are concealed in jokes, self-deprecation, uncertainty, and paradoxes. Someone who laughs about constantly being unlucky may feel they are cursed. Someone who brags too loudly can be scared of inadequacy. These cracks, emotional, financial, mental, are your entrance points. You do not exploit them. You comfort them. You make yourself the salve, the bandage, the remedy to the thing they dread most. To establish reliance, you first become the solution. 2. Become what they're missing. People don't attach themselves to you until you fill a vacuum. This is when your observation abilities count more than your words. Is the individual lonely? You become a source of warmth. Are they insecure? You validate them, but just enough. Are they overwhelmed? You give clarity, a route out, a strategy. You adapt yourself to become whatever they believe they lack. In doing so, you become more than a person. You become a symbol of comfort, stability, strength, or redemption. This is not about authenticity. This is about usefulness. Once people link you with relief, with progress, or with emotional safety, they'll keep coming back. And eventually, they won't know how to operate without you. 3. Give just enough, but never everything. One of the greatest faults manipulators make is being overly kind. If you offer someone everything they desire, they stop needing you. The idea is to give them nearly what they need, just enough to keep them optimistic, just enough to keep them close. If they need your attention, offer them affection, but remove just enough to leave them wondering. If they want your aid, fix most of the problem, but leave one component incomplete. This establishes a cycle. Look, they return to you not just out of appreciation, but out of need. You become the jigsaw piece they can never quite put, yet cannot let go. 4. Control the flow of emotions. The root of reliance is emotion. So you must master the emotional thermostat in every relationship. Make them feel noticed. Make them feel appreciated. And then, vanish just long enough for them to miss it. Be the light in the darkness, the rescuer in the storm. This contradiction is not cruelty, it's strategy. You create an emotional roller coaster where you are both the source of pleasure and the remedy for grief. Soon, their emotions orbit around your acts. And once you can manage their emotional highs and lows, you possess the beat of their spirit. 5. Make them doubt themselves gently. Confidence promotes independence. You can't have it, but you don't damage their confidence with criticism. That's too clear. Instead, you ask inquiries. Are you sure that's the best way? Do you really trust that judgment? Has that worked out for you in the past? Let the doubt sink in spontaneously, quietly, gently, and then share your advice. They'll start second-guessing themselves, but they won't question you. You become the compass, the voice of reason, the anchor amid their rising sea of turmoil. They trust you more than they trust themselves. 6. Be their secret keeper. When someone shares a secret with you, a friendship is built. But when you control all the secrets, you hold the power. Encourage vulnerability. Be the safe space, the confidant. People will open up when they feel seen, heard, and not condemned. Once they do, they are bonded to you, because the terror of losing you now includes the dread of what you know. But never threaten. Never weaponize. Just remember, the more someone confides in you, the more difficult it gets to walk away. You are no longer merely a human. You are a vault, a reflection of their genuine self. Their most buried facts are now trapped in you, and that is powerful. 7. Foster a hero complex. Subtly, people adore their saviors. So become one. But don't sweep in with great gestures. Instead, address tiny issues. Prevent small calamities. Be just in time with guidance, a helping hand, or the perfect words. Each time you accomplish this, their brain registers a memory. I couldn't have done that without them. Do it frequently enough, and their memory rewires itself. You're no longer optional. You're essential. You're the lifeline they didn't even realize they needed until you were there. And eventually, they won't take a step without checking whether you're watching. 8. Encourage isolation indirectly. The fewer influences in their lives, the simpler they are to shape. But don't instruct them to cut people off. That's too controlling. Instead, throw skepticism. You know, I've never felt like your friends really support you. Do you think your family truly understands what you're going through? Why do they always make you feel small after you talk to them? These remarks are seeds. They develop in quiet. You're not isolating them. You're helping people see the truth. And in the process, you become their lone dependable voice. The only one who genuinely understands them. That's how you control the narrative, by limiting the noise. 9. Blur the line between need and want. Eventually, people should not be able to determine if they need you or merely desire you. This is where the genuine reliance takes root. You become the morning message people can't start their day without. The voice people hear in their thoughts as they make choices. The presence people seek when things go awry. The person they envision when they shut their eyes. You're in their routine, their identity, their default. It's no longer about you giving value. It's about them losing themselves if they lose you. 10. Leave a scar before you walk away. If you ever decide to leave or need to strengthen your control, do it with subtle harm. Withdraw your presence immediately. Cut off contact for a brief period. Watch them spiral. Let them feel the vacuum you leave behind. This absence is a scar. It reminds them exactly how empty life is without your influence. And when you return, graciously, forgivingly, they will cling stronger. This scar guarantees loyalty. It's emotional branding. They won't want to go through that sensation again, so they won't risk losing you. Final thoughts, the puppet master. To make others rely on you is not about shackles. It's about threads. Soft, invisible, and unbreakable strands that attach hearts and brains to your presence. You are the solution to their anxieties, the answer to their doubts, the calm amidst their storm. You don't yell. You whisper. You don't pursue. You stand motionless. And they come to you again and again because they need you. This is not a game. This is art. An art anchored in awareness, in stillness, and in psychological accuracy. So ask yourself now, are you ready to quit being optional? Are you ready to become essential? Then start listening. Start watching. Start weaving the strands. Because when people need you more than they trust themselves, you win.